Hello folks, and welcome back to the channel and my little weird obsession with buying a bunch of random cassette tapes for no apparent good reason. Today we're going to do part 3, and we are now into the bottom half of this box. We'll do this side next. Try to get through them all in half an hour, but if I can't do it in half an hour, you'll just have to bear with me. So, I'll just put you down here, and we'll get started. And we will try to frame our words and speak words good, even though I don't appear to be doing that right now. Now, before we continue, I actually noticed something when I pulled the bubble wrap out of there. There's another felt pad, so I can fix another tape. I forget which one that was that didn't have its felt pad anymore that I threw in the reject pile, but whatever. I'll keep that one, I guess. All right. First up, Woodstock, various artists. Interesting. I'm guessing this is the original Woodstock. I know there have been a few Woodstocks, but I don't do concerts, so I never really followed that scene. There's some good stuff in here, it looks like. Provided the tape's in good order. It sounds terrible, but given the era it was made in, can't be too surprised about that. One second. Well, sorry about that, guys. It was a scam call. And in case you're wondering, yes, that is a sound clip from Weird Al's Fat video. Because I just had to do it. I'm just going to go ahead and block this collar here real quick. There we go. And now we'll continue. The Unforgettable Jim Reeves. And there's a label on the other side, so I'm not going to show you the other side because there's personal information on it. I don't know about this. I believe he's a country artist, if I'm not mistaken. And you know what? I just realized before that phone call, I never finished up with this Woodstock tape, did I? Oh, losing my mind here. All right, we'll keep that one. As for Jim Reeves, I don't think I'm interested. I'll throw that in the reject pile. Next up, Power Ballads. Scorpions, Cinderella, Styx, Aldo Nova, Alias, Too Many Cooks, Poison. We got some good stuff here. So let's see if this tape's any good. Sorry if I'm bumping the camera here. I had to plug in my power bank because my iPhone XS Max is not so good for battery anymore. I'll keep that one. Sometimes you just gotta have a good power ballad going. All right, next up. Super Oldies, Too Good to Be Forgotten. And I do recognize some things on here, so they have not been forgotten. At least by me. And there's some more Fats Domino on here. That might be worth keeping. I'll keep it. Why not? I paid for it, I might as well keep it. Brooks and Dunn. This album goes back to when I was a fan of country music. briefly in the 90s. There's some good stuff on here. But is this any good, this tape? It's just checking for a felt pad. And it's got it. I'll keep that one. Next up, more Garth Brooks, and it's another album even, from the other two, I think. Definitely gonna keep this one. You gotta have some Garth Brooks in your life, no matter who you are. I'm just gonna say that one's good and just throw it right in the keep it box. What's next? Reader's Digest. These were our songs, the early 50s. And Reader's Digest was pretty good about doing original artists and not doing countdown singers type stuff, so these are probably all good songs on here with the original artists. Might be some condition issues on this one. The tape looks okay, so I'm going to throw it in the keep it pile. Probably won't record it or play it back on the special deck in the other room, but that's okay. I've got lots of other tape decks here. Anyone up for some Rita McNeil? I've never really been a big fan, but she's kind of a Canadian icon, and she was on Trailer Park Boys. That goes a long way with me. That's a keeper. Maybe there's even some stuff I can use for YouTube without getting copyright hits. More Fats Domino is next. His greatest hits. Probably a bunch of stuff we've seen before in some of the other tapes in this box. Ain't that a shame? No, that's not a shame. I like Fats Domino. Man was insanely talented. And yes, folks, I am just counting down the minutes until I find another weird tape like 2 Live Crew. But for now, we've got various artists, Hot Country Nights, and I'm really getting tired of all these country tapes. Really quite tired of them at this point. I'm going to toss that one. Reject pile. Next up, Jules Shear. I don't know him. If She Knew What She Wants. I know that song. And I know Stand Tall. But I know Stand Tall only from the Guess Who. Or Burton Cummings. It's one of the two. It's either from when he was in the Guess Who or from when he was solo. Is this a cover artist? Is that what we got going on here? I don't know. Just don't recognize that singer at all. I'll keep it. It's in good shape and it's the kind of music I like, so cost me nothing to keep it. Next up, Don Williams. This could be decent. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know Don Williams at all, actually. Sounds like a worn-out country tape to me. I'll toss that one. Reject pile. We got another good one. John Mellencamp. Not really a fan of this album, but maybe it's because I haven't really given it much of a chance. I'll keep it. It sounds like it's got some condition issues, but it shouldn't clog my heads too much. Next up, we've got a Tanya. Oh, Tanya Tucker. Country. If it's not Midnight Blue, I'm not interested, quite frankly, but we'll give it a try. After we fast forward. Wait, Midnight Blue was Tanya Tucker, wasn't it? No, that was Louise Tucker. Something like that. Well, this one's in good shape, so I guess I'll keep it. Next up, Nana Muscuri. Never been a fan, but I've also never given her a chance. So what do we got here? I'll keep that one. She sounds nice. Okay, next up. The Judds. Never been a real big fan, but there's no denying there's talent right there. But again, this is country, so likely not going to find much I like on it. All right, next. Linda Ronstadt. Featuring Aaron Neville. There's going to be stuff on there I know. I just know it. Maybe. Yeah, don't know much. I knew there would be something on there I recognized. I'll keep it. I don't know about that tape, but I'll keep it. Next up, Ricky Skaggs. Again, never been a fan, really. Let's see what we got. Very much country, but the tape sounds like it's in great shape, so I'll keep it anyway. Next up, Garth Brooks tape number 4. And the only time I ever really stopped being a Garth Brooks fan was during that Chris Gaines era. Just everything about that Chris Gaines project rubbed me the wrong way. But this is a good tape, so I hope it's in decent shape. I'm going to say it's fine. And keep it. All right. Next up. The Best of Country Heat. Please, no more country. I don't want to listen to any more country. Let's see what we got, though. Alan Jackson, Black Hawk, John Anderson. Okay, this is actually a good tape. This is back when I actually liked country. It's right in the early 90s right there. How does she sound? Absolutely flawless. We'll keep that one. I don't get too many cravings for country music these days, but usually when I do, it's early 90s stuff, and I immediately reach for somebody like Clay Walker. Anyhow, Don Henley's up next. I've got a copy of his other stuff, so... Building the Perfect Beast, I have a copy of, that is. And this one's got Dirty Laundry on it, so I hope it's in good shape. Classic Don Henley. Well, classic Don Henley after the Eagles. That's a keeper. Definitely a keeper. All right, next up. The Love Album. We've got Foreigner, The Honey Drippers, Jack Wagner, Billy Ocean, Dan Fogelberg, Laura Branigan, Christopher Cross, Bonnie Tyler. Okay, this is going to be a keeper for sure. If it's in any kind of shape, it's going to be a keeper. I've actually got a copy of the Bonnie Tyler tape that this song is on, and I'm so pissed off because it's unplayable. It's another one of those that needs to be completely reshelled and re-recorded. I should get on that, really. I've got the supplies to do it. I just won't do it in another one of those videos like I did for Strange Advance. Anyway, next up, Charlie Pride. I am sorry, guys, but I'm just not a fan of this guy. He's talented, I know, but this is country, and I'm not a fan of country. Especially from Charlie Pride's era. My era is early 90s country. That's about it for me. Tape's in good shape, though. And you can't deny the guy's got insane talent. I'm just not a fan of country before, like the mid-80s or whatever. Okay, next up. Anne Murray, The Best So Far. Oh, and it's got Now and Forever on it. Her collaboration with, who is it? David Foster. That's an amazing song. Back in the 80s, David Foster wanted to do a collaboration with the two great Canadian talents. He did one for Anne Murray and one for Gordon Lightfoot, and they're both friggin' amazing songs, I'll tell you what. So I hope this tape's in good shape. It's perfect. I'm keeping it. Love Anne Murray. All right. Next up, the Solid Gold Collection Volume 9. Looks like 50s stuff to me. Not a big fan of 50s music, but there's some good stuff on here. That tape is flawless. I'm keeping it for sure. All right, next up. How about a little REM? I'm not a huge fan of them. There's a couple of songs I like from them. I'm not seeing them on this side of the tape, though. Let's see. This is an album I am completely unfamiliar with. I don't know if I'll keep this one. Oh, Nope, this one's going in the reject pile. It's got some condition issues. The RCA's having some trouble with it. Oh, and now we see why. Felt pad is out of place. Fortunately, this one is screwed together, so I can fix it easily. I'll put it in the fix-it pile. Next up, Garth Brooks number 5, Rope in the Wind. Didn't I get another copy of this in one of the other videos? I feel like I did. Either way, Garth Brooks is automatically a keeper. It's good enough. I'll keep it. Like I said. Oh boy, I've got 3 more rows in this box to do before I stop filming today. Fortunately, we're getting there. Just got 1 more row before I shut off this video and then start on the next one. All right. Party at Tom's Diner, y'all. And it's got the most annoying song in the history of music as the first track on this. Repeat 2,582 times until you're sick of it. What else is on here? Ooh. It's got Sir Mix-a-Lot's Iron Man, and it's the Urban Street Mix. Okay, this is automatically a keeper. That version of Iron Man is killer. You've got to hear it. After this video, go listen to it. Seriously. The man killed it on that track. Ah, early 90s dance music. You gotta love it. I'm keeping that for sure. That was my jam back then. Early 90s dance music. I was way into that. All right, Bonnie Raitt. Not a fan. I'm really not a fan. I recognize some of these songs. Still not a fan. Tape's good enough to keep. Yeah, definitely got more keepers than rejects at this point. Sorry about that, guys. I'm getting over a really bad cold. It's been going on for a month and a half now. I'm sick of it. But what I'm not sick of is finding Bryan Adams in this lot. Because I love Bryan Adams. We've got Into the Fire on this one. Please tell me this is a good tape. It sounds good. I just gotta wind far enough to get into side 2 here. Definite keeper on that one. And I'm even gonna put it on top because I want to listen to it tonight. On the special deck that I did for my 1,000 subscribers. And what's next is Ricky Skaggs, but with no felt. This is not playable. I'm just not a big enough fan to keep this. Reject. And like I said in a previous video, I'm keeping the reject ones to test on really questionable cassette decks. So I just gotta find a way to keep them separate from the good ones is all. Alright, next up, Lionel Richie. Love that guy. I wasn't a big fan in the 80s, but I am now. And it's even got some of his Commodore stuff on here. That's good. It's just sometimes you gotta grow up and get some maturity going on before you can appreciate someone's work. Ooh, some wow and flutter going on in this one. Okay, false alarm, it's fine. It's in good shape. We'll keep it. Like I said, I really underappreciated Lionel back in the day. Next up, No Doubt. And it's the one with spider webs. That's before I really liked their music, so most likely I will not be keeping this. I mean, I'll keep it for testing stuff, but is that felt pad coming off? No, it's fine. I probably won't play it ever for myself, but I will keep it. My No Doubt appreciation only goes so far and for so long. It's when they really started to evolve their sound that I started liking them, but that album, not so much. Okay, Laura Branigan. Let's see. Does this have the Falco cover on it? I don't see it on that side. For those of you who don't know, Laura Branigan covered a Falco song back in the day. I don't know if you know the song Der Kommissar. You might know it from After the Fire or ATF, but Falco wrote that song. He performed it first, and his version is the best. But second to that was Laura Branigan's version, which was Deep in the Dark, and it's not on this tape, unfortunately. And After the Fire's version is okay too, I guess, but it gets repetitive towards the end. Falco's version is far superior to both of them. Oh, well, darn. We can't play this one. No felt pad. Hey, this could be a candidate for this other felt pad I found in the box. Maybe I'll find another one. I'll put that in the repair pile, because Laura is worth keeping. Next up, we were just talking about him, David Foster. And it looks like mostly cover songs in here. I don't know. David did release some of his own stuff with him performing, and some of that stuff is real good, but most of the time when I like David Foster, it's when he's producing for someone else. His own stuff doesn't really grab me. And again, we gotta fast forward just to hear anything. It's fairly inoffensive and bland, but that's David Foster for you. I'll keep it. David Foster only really comes to life when he's, like I said, producing for other people. So, next up, Roger Whittaker. I love Roger Whittaker. Reason being, my parents got a 3-pack of Roger Whittaker tapes from Reader's Digest back in the 80s, and we listened to a lot of that on family trips, so there's a lot of nostalgia going on there. So I hope this is good. Don't know if it is. We shall see. Kind of seems like my RCA display is getting dimmer by the second here. It's holding up. Here you go. I'll keep it. I don't mind folk music now and then. In fact, I really love folk music now and then, so Roger goes in the keep it pile. Next up, we got a mixtape. Street Heart, Mixed Rock, Boston and April Wine. I wonder if it's just those 3 artists or not. And of course we've got to see whether or not the recording's any good, but normal bias tape, so that's fine. Did the machine they record this on sound any good? I'm gonna say no. Their machine was not in good shape, but I'll keep it anyway, because I like those artists. Next up, more Charlie Pride, and I just can't, guys. Just not a fan. Again, insanely talented, just not a fan, is all. What do we got here? If we hold it in the right light, we've got Nazareth. Malice in Wonderland. This could be good. Really haven't listened to much Nazareth. I should really change that. And now I can, if the tape is in decent shape. Keeping that one. It's in good shape. Let's see, we got a little Keith Whitley here. Name sounds familiar, but this is clearly someone I never listened to. Otherwise, it would be more familiar. We got more country, and it sounds good, so I guess I'll keep it. More Charlie Pride. All right, fine, we'll listen to this one. Side 2 is better than side 1. I'm still going to put it in the reject pile because, like I said, just not that much of a fan. And of course, as soon as I say that, here comes yet another Charlie Pride tape. I don't know. I'm keeping all of these reject tapes, by the way. It's just I'm only keeping the reject tapes for potentially damaging cassette decks. So maybe if someone speaks out in my family, wants to keep this, then they can have it. But I'm not going to keep it to listen to. It's fine. All right, next up. Randy Travis, Now We're Talking. This is right about when I started getting into country. With that said, there's only one song I like from this guy, and it's the first song on side 2 right there. I like that song. That is the very first country song I actually liked. So I'm going to keep that one. Just for nostalgia's sake. Probably won't listen to it much, but we'll keep it. All right, next up. Country's Best, Untamed and True. And here we go with the country again. Tracy Byrd, Reba McEntire, Mark Chestnut, Joan Kennedy. I like a couple of Mark Chestnut songs, but that's not one of them. Tracy Byrd, Holden Heaven. This might be after I got out of country, or before I got into country. George Jones. Oh, Vince Gill, I know that song. I Still Believe in You. I might like this tape. Yeah, I'll keep that one. Let's see, next up we've got another various artists. Cheap Trick, Michael Bolton, REO Speedwagon, Henry Lee Summer, Expose, Hall & Oates. Okay, this is automatically a keeper if it's any good. And I wish I could find more Hall & Oates in this lot, but apparently there isn't much of any of blah, 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 blah. Can't talk. I'm just going to assume it's good. How about that? The tape looks good. I'll keep it. Next up, we've got more Cat Stevens. Basically, kind of the same thing we had before, only this time we've got Moon Shadow. So this is, oh, Peace Train. Oh, that brings back so many memories. Back when I was in high school, I would set my alarm to wake me up to FM 94 and Swift Current, and almost every time it would come on to Peace Train. And I always loved that song so much because it would make me feel better about where the day was about to go, because I was severely, and I mean severely, bullied in high school. Well, all the way through school. So that song just made me feel better about life, and so that's going to be a keeper for sure. Love me some Cat Stevens. What's next? Ooh, Simon and Garfunkel. And it's the greatest hits, which means we've got all the good stuff. Please tell me this tape's in good shape. Nothing but amazing stuff here. And another artist I failed to appreciate enough when I was younger. And this one's all the way at the end of side one, so we've got to wind it into the middle of the tape here. Keeping that one. Man, this shoebox is just about full now. Where once it held Vessies, it now holds cassette tapes. Gotta love it. Super Country 1989. Yeah, it's kind of where I got into country, but I still wasn't listening to much of it back then. But we do have Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. Don't recognize that song, though. Dwight Yoakam's good. I have one of his CDs. Yeah, I might like it. Let's see if the tape's any good. Just my phone there telling me that there's lightning nearby. I'm going to say it's good. I'm going to throw it in the keep it box. Next up, definite keeper, Best of Roy Orbison. Only the Lonely, Crying, Running Scared, It's Over, Candyman. This is an amazing tape if it works. Perfect. I'm keeping it. Next, we got some Honeymoon Suite. Very underrated band, especially outside of Canada. Let's see. Burning in Love, New Girl Now. Oh, this is one of the good ones. But I'll tell you what, I've already got this tape. So this is a duplicate. And it's a plastic welded duplicate, so if this has any severe playtime on it at all, it's probably no good. But it's winding fine, so it might be okay. Okay, I'm going to keep that one. I gotta keep Honeymoon Suite for sure. And if you've never heard the song Burning in Love by Honeymoon Suite, go listen to it after this. Next up, Roseanne Cash's 7-Year Ache. I like her. I've never really been big on country before, like I said, the early 90s, but I like her. But Tennessee Flat Top Box is not on here, unfortunately. But 7-Year Ache is, so this might be a keeper. And the tape's in great shape, so I think I'll keep it. Like I said, a little country's okay now and then. Now we've got some more Melissa Etheridge. Again, not a big fan. But maybe I just need to listen to her a bit more. I gotta hear side 2 before I make a declarative statement on this one. I don't know if it's the mastering or the tape condition, but this doesn't sound that good to me. I'm gonna reject that one. Next up, looks like, is that Sawyer Brown? Don't really know that person too well. Let's see what we got. Holy crap. That's really hitting the tapped horns over there. Some low end on this tape, I'll tell you what. However, it's country, so probably won't listen to it much. But it sounds good enough, I want to keep it anyway. Oh, we've got another copy of Kim Mitchell's Akimbo Ologo. Oh no, wait, that's not another copy, that's the other album. This one's got Gopher Soda on it. That's a great song. Let's see, what else we got? All We Are, that's an amazing song. Lager and Ale, classic Canadian rock here. If you guys haven't heard Kim Mitchell before, check him out, please. The man's a Canadian icon, for good reason. And I kind of hate myself for this, but at one point I started recording a song off the radio in the 80s, and it happened to be Gopher Soda. And for some reason I didn't like it at the time, and I just shut it off. Sorry, Kim, I'll never do that again. Keeping that one. And with that, we are out of tapes for video number 3. I'll see you again next time for video number 4.